When you're in a relationship with a narcissist, things can feel like a whirlwind of highs and lows. In the beginning, you may have been the center of their world, showered with attention, affection, and grand gestures. But over time, the dynamic can shift in unsettling ways. If you found yourself in a place where the narcissist in your life seems distant or different, it may not be your imagination. One of the most emotionally damaging experiences a person can face is realizing that the very person who once seemed captivated by you is now preparing to discard you. And it's a slow, deliberate process that can leave you reeling long before the official breakup even happens. A narcissist doesn't just end relationships abruptly. Their exit strategy is often calculated, manipulative, and staged over time. Understanding the signs that a narcissist is starting to dump you is crucial for protecting your emotional well-being and, in many cases, for taking control of the situation before they have the chance to damage you further. One of the first red flags that a narcissist may be preparing to discard you is a sudden shift in attention. In the early days, they probably couldn't get enough of you. You were their perfect partner, their muse, the person they flaunted in front of others. Narcissists are notorious for their love-bombing phase, where they pour affection and praise onto their partners to reel them in. However, this phase rarely lasts. If you notice that the narcissist in your life has become distant or disinterested, this could be an early sign that they're thinking about moving on. They may stop paying attention to your needs, begin ignoring your calls or texts, or even show signs of boredom when they're with you. It's as if the energy that once sparked between you is gone, leaving behind a void. In addition to this emotional distancing, you may notice an increase in criticism. Narcissists have a tendency to idolize their partners at first, only to later devalue them. When the devaluation begins, it's often subtle. They might make snide remarks about your appearance, your job, or even your personality traits. These comments can be offhanded but are meant to chip away at your self-esteem. It's not uncommon for a narcissist to gaslight their partner during this stage, making them question their worth and capabilities. You may find yourself wondering why you aren't good enough anymore or why you can't seem to make them happy. It's important to realize that these criticisms aren't about you, they're about the narcissist's need to feel superior as they begin to check out of the relationship. Another sign that a narcissist is preparing to dump you is their increasing self-centeredness. In the beginning, they may have gone out of their way to seem generous and caring, but as their interest fades, so does their willingness to give. You may notice that conversations shift from being about both of you to being almost exclusively about them. They may start to monopolize the discussion with their own problems, achievements, or desires, while ignoring your input. In some cases, they'll go as far as to make you feel guilty for bringing up your own needs or concerns. This is a form of emotional manipulation, where they push you to the sidelines and refocus everything on themselves. As the narcissist begins to mentally prepare for the breakup, they may also become more secretive. Transparency was likely a non-issue during the honeymoon phase of your relationship, but now things have changed. They may start hiding things from you, whether it's their phone, their plans, or their true feelings. It's not unusual for a narcissist to develop a backup plan, meaning they could already be pursuing someone else behind your back. If you notice that they're more guarded or evasive, this could be an indicator that they're preparing to move on from you. In extreme cases, they may even begin a smear campaign against you, talking negatively about you to friends or family to justify their upcoming exit. Jealousy and possessiveness can also take on a new form during this time. In the beginning, the narcissist may have showered you with attention and acted as though you were their prized possession. However, as they start to lose interest, they may still exhibit signs of jealousy, but now it's more out of a need for control than genuine affection. They might get irritated if you start spending time with others or if you focus on your own growth and success. This isn't because they care about the relationship, it's because they fear losing the dominance they have over you. Narcissists often want to be the most important person in their partner's life, even when they no longer want the relationship. Perhaps one of the most telling signs that a narcissist is starting to dump you is the way they engage in emotional withdrawal. Narcissists aren't known for their emotional depth or capacity for empathy, but when they begin to lose interest, they can become even colder and more distant. You might find that they're less affectionate or responsive, both physically and emotionally. They might avoid eye contact, be less present in your conversations, or stop showing interest in your day-to-day life. This emotional disconnection is painful because it leaves you feeling like you're alone in the relationship, even when the narcissist is still physically there. Another key behavior to watch for is the narcissist testing the waters of separation. They might start to suggest taking breaks or spending time apart under the guise of needing space. This tactic is often used to see how you'll react, whether you'll beg them to stay or begin to distance yourself as well. A narcissist thrives on the emotional reactions of others, so this period of testing is critical for them. They want to ensure that they still have power over you before they make their final exit. During this time, they might engage in manipulative tactics to keep you on edge, such as ghosting you for days or picking fights over trivial matters. The narcissist's behavior may also become increasingly erratic as they prepare to discard you. You might experience mood swings, where they're warm and loving one moment and cruel and distant the next. This can create a sense of confusion and instability, leaving you constantly wondering what you did wrong or how you can fix things. The truth is, there's nothing you can do to change the outcome. Narcissists are experts at creating chaos in relationships, and as they prepare to leave, they often ramp up the emotional intensity, only to abruptly withdraw again. You may also find that the narcissist becomes increasingly unreliable. They might make plans with you, only to cancel at the last minute or show up late without any explanation. They may start to forget important dates or commitments, further signaling their disinterest. It's almost as if they're testing how much you'll tolerate before you finally snap. The inconsistency is draining, and it's designed to wear you down emotionally. Financial manipulation can also be a factor if you're in a relationship with a narcissist. As they start to detach from you, they may become more stingy or controlling when it comes to money. They might refuse to contribute to shared expenses or make you feel guilty for asking for financial support. In some cases, they'll use money as a tool to control or punish you, knowing that it's one of the last ways they can maintain power over you before the relationship ends. Finally, one of the most painful signs that a narcissist is about to dump you is their lack of remorse. When the end is near, a narcissist won't typically show guilt or regret for their actions. In fact, they may even seem relieved or indifferent about the impending breakup. This lack of empathy can be devastating, especially if you've invested significant emotional energy into the relationship. But for a narcissist, relationships are transactional. They're always looking for what benefits them, and when the benefits are no longer there, they have no problem walking away without a second thought. In conclusion, the signs that a narcissist is starting to dump you are often subtle but consistent. They'll pull back emotionally, become more critical, and start to distance themselves both physically and mentally. They'll test the boundaries of the relationship, engage in manipulative tactics, and ultimately prepare for their exit long before they make it official. While it can be incredibly painful to go through, recognizing these signs early can give you the power to take control of the situation and protect yourself from further harm. The key is to remember that their behavior is a reflection of their own insecurities and emotional deficiencies, not your worth. By understanding the dynamics of narcissistic relationships, you can reclaim your sense of self and move forward with confidence. When you're in a relationship with a narcissist, things can feel like a whirlwind of highs and lows. In the beginning, you may have been the center of their world, showered with attention,